Hey guys, last time we talked about fathering the attitude of your kids, and I hope that you talked about that with a men's group or with a mentor. And in this second lesson, we're going to talk about fathering your kids without firing them. Here's the thing, you can't fire your kid. Now, I know some of you guys out there are really bummed out about that. But it's true. You can't just fire your kid if you're at work and your employee screws up or disobeys or has a defiant attitude or anything like that. You just fire them. Just say, pack up your stuff and you're out of here. But you can't do that with your kids, I don't think. Your kids are not employees. So here's the thing, at work, you transmit information to your employees. You say, I'm the boss, here's how it works, you're gonna do it, and this is what I pay you for. And so it's a very transmissional model of communication. In fact, I'll put a link below for more on models of communication and miscommunication. But a transactional model of communication is more relational. You're having a transaction, you're having a conversation. Well, at work, you tend to be transmissional. Do this or else. At home, you definitely need to be transactional. You need to be able to have a relationship with your kids so that you're having a conversation about what you want them to do, because it's not just you transmitting your information and your ideas, it's also having a conversation. Now guys, I'm not saying it's all a level playing field and everyone has the same authority in your home. I hope you don't believe that. I don't believe that. You're the dad, you still have to transmit information. But the point is, what you're trying to transmit, your values, your orders, whatever it is you're transmitting at home, depending on if it's a kid or a teenager, you've better learn how to do it transactionally. You better learn how to do it in a way that they can receive it, or you're just going to want to fire them, but you're not going to be able to. So that means you'll have to be strategic for the long haul. Now, I don't know if you realize, but parenting needs to happen in stages. You can't parent a kid the way you parent a teen. In fact, the 4 stages of parenting are the discipline stage, that time where you're actually actively disciplining your young children. And then the next stage is the training stage, where you start shifting into a little bit less of discipline, a little bit more training, even though there might be some discipline involved. And then as they become teenagers, you need to turn into the coaching stage. You have to coach them transactionally. And again, you're still trying to help them to understand your orders and your values, right? But you're trying to do it more as a coach, not as a disciplinarian person like you did when they were a kid. And finally, the last stage, and hopefully all of us dads will get to this last stage, is the friendship stage. When you finally kick them out of your house, now your job is done. If you screwed up and if you were a dad who sucked, then they're going to be adults who suck. But if you did a pretty good job, then maybe at this stage you can be a friend and still have a little bit of influence in their life, just like a friend would. The point is, you have to be strategic over the long haul. Discipline changes at different times in the life of your son or daughter. So let me just say it again. We mentioned it in the last video. Father with the end in mind. Don't forget, the goal is a responsible adult who takes ownership for his actions and his or her attitudes. And so you can't fire your kid, and that really puts the onus on you to be a better dad. Be thoughtful, be strategic, think about these stages of parenting, think about disciplining, think about training, think about coaching, so that at the end of the day, you can just be a friend to your son or daughter. Now, use the questions below to talk about this with a men's group or a mentor, and then we'll see you in the next video when we talk about fathering through the gray areas.